It's just something I can do where I don't have any sort of rules when I play guitar.
Music to me, it's like inside, it makes me like burn inside.
MN8 Sound asks young people to bring in basically one thing, passion. Anybody that's involved in music, because it's so inundated with drug use, suicidal ideation, these sorts of things are at risk. And as a musician, someone who's been in studios and has been playing for about 20 years, I saw it growing up. And so we wanted to create a program that tackled some of these issues where you bring young people into a very realistic setting in terms of songwriting or recording with responsible adults who are also in the industry.
Okay. What about you? What can you hear?
I can hear just him, us, and Aaron.
MN8 Sound is a combination of a few different elements of the music industry. It's a record company, it's a recording studio, and it's a production house. So we help young people write songs, compose their songs. I know for a fact that other elements would absorb young musicians that aren't as healthy and safe.
My dad was never there. He left me when I was 3. I was in foster care for pretty much since I was 9. MN8 Sound has probably been the best thing that ever happened to me. I was in a group home actually, and pretty rough life. For the longest time, I just started writing stuff, and I just started, even ask them. It's Valley House is what the group home was called, and they were mad at me because most of the time I'd be up until like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, right, making, my tea or some coffee or something. I'd just be up writing all night, right, and piss them off, and then I'd go to work in the morning, so I'd always be up, right. But it was good, and after a while, but like it was to the point where I was like, it made me feel good. Yeah.
I actually came up with this project in Montreal with a fellow musician, and we were thinking about what we never had as teenagers. And that's how we came up with this idea that this never existed for me, and I really could have used this program when I was 15, 16.
If you've been through a lot of stuff, all the good stuff in life, you do appreciate it better, right? And stuff like this, some people would probably take it for granted, and I've talked to a couple of people, and they just want their demo, right? But for me, it's like, I've made friends here. I have a number of a producer that's just made the greatest beats for me that I can ever imagine.
It's really just great to be here because it's improved with what, not only what I play, but with everybody's playing together has improved so much.
It's not just a program for music too. Like Avrum, he got us. We don't argue as much anymore. I remember we used to be jamming and stuff, and we couldn't stop just yelling at each other. It should be like this. It should be like this. Blah 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 blah.
Listening to the artist bring in, a 10-second riff, and then 9 months later listening to a 5-minute song and watching their reaction and how impressed they are that they sort of molded and created from such a small little thing that a lot of these young people just want to shoot out and say, oh, it's a horrible idea, and to see the final product and see how excited they are, that probably is the best feeling.
We really are starting to get to a point where we're getting more serious, and we're thinking of more recording and just taking it even further.
I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, kind of I'm going to be big, rolling in Escalade, if it doesn't happen, it's not going to happen, right? But if it does, then, I'll appreciate it way more.
Success for me would be in 5 years, I'd bump into one of my artists. I'm in a bar, I see them play, and they're not abusing any substances, and they're not doing things that are harming their bodies or harming other people, and they're just getting off on the creative process and songwriting and the power of music.
Me, myself, I want to get the most as I can out of here because it's like the best thing. I'm getting it all for free. And I've never really gotten anything free in my life.